Well, hello, it's Melissa, and I am so excited to start your journey in Wow Writers Clubhouse. Whether you are returning or brand new, I am so excited to have you here. This is my newest creation, and I certainly could not have done it without the team of people behind me, helping me, certainly all of your encouragement, excitement. We are still working around the clock, getting everything ready for our launch at the beginning of August. We'll be starting classes mid-August, but let me tell you how it's going to work. So, number one, you're going to be offered an enrollment form that looks like this. We'll take a closer look at it at the end of this informational video. But in that enrollment, you'll be choosing the number of persuasive course offerings you would like, the number of expositories, and the number of narratives. And you can see this is still incomplete. This is how far we are. As of today, we still have a few more courses that we are working on diligently. So you'll have those options. All of them are listed in the enrollment form. Once you do enroll, and it's time to open the courses, so we're talking mid-August, you're going to get a letter, a welcome letter like this. And in this welcome letter, you're going to have your username and your password and a link to take you to the first course, which will be whichever persuasive, or at least one of the persuasives that you pick. We always like to start with persuasive at the beginning of a school year, but this is a very flexible schedule this year. So you may start with persuasive if you would like, but you do not have to. Step 4 is going to have you going to Teachable to the first course that we recommend, but you'll see all of your courses there, and you'll open one up. And you'll see, if you've been with me before, we have everything organized very nicely for you. All the materials you're going to need, as well as things broken into weekly assignments with videos and the instruction that you're going to need. So everything is right there. Now, we recommend a 4-week writing process, but you this year get to speed that up or slow that down. That is completely up to you. Once you go into the Teachable course, something that is new and we are so excited for is this packet system that we have created as a team and absolutely love, because everything that you need is now in one Google packet, and it has the table of contents and everything that you need to move forward. So the ease with asking your child, what are you doing today, just got a whole lot easier. And I think you're going to love that part of it. I'll show you that in a little more detail in a moment. As the students go through their writing, when they get to the 3rd week, and they're doing their final edit of everything, you'll see, if you're returning, our 4-color edit has a new look. And I really like it. And it has the same abilities to mark off with check boxes, just like our calendar does for you. And so, although it's all the same things, the red is still on organization, and the blue is on development, the black is on conventions, and the green is our final star revision. It's still the same editing things we want to make sure that students check off. But once they're done with that, something very cool is that you will be requesting your video review at the time and date that works for you. So at the very end of every course, you'll see this link that will take you to a video review request form. So I have the persuasive one open right now, but there's also one for expository, and there's also one for narrative. So it will match whichever style your child has written. And we'll ask questions about what they've written so far, and they'll fill out this request form. And once we receive the request form with their links, then they will, within 48 hours, get their full video review like we've done in the past. Which will be so helpful because that's the feedback that so many families are like, yeah, how do we do? Right? This isn't the kind of course that you just turn something in and nobody actually reads. Not only do we read it, we are your editors. We are your writing coaches who come along and help you make it even better. Now, once it's even better, you'll be keeping everything in an electronic writing portfolio this year. And in that writing portfolio, your reader will be able to go open up your document, give you your feedback. And then, my friend, we especially hope at that point you're going to come and share your favorite paragraph in the community circle. So let's go take a look at a writing portfolio, because the writing portfolio is a really critical piece of this program now. We used to keep our things organized in Google Docs. This is a huge step up. We're going to be teaching our students right away, and this is actually something you can start working on before the courses even begin. I want you to get started on this in July. August is fine, but there's no reason why, if you're committed to this course, that you can't start having fun with this part right away. You're going to create an electronic writing portfolio. I'll send all the instructions once we get your interest enrollment form. And you'll see there are 4 pages. And the homepage is a fun page. Students just get to tell us about themselves here, a little bit about their life, what they love to do, their family, their pets. This is a fun page where we will really get to know you, and you'll get to add photos. I love this part. I really love this part. It's the self-expressive page, so super fun. Now, you're also going to have 3 pages each for the styles of writing. So there's a persuasive page, expository, and narrative. Now, the sub pages will depend, how many you have will depend on the option that you're purchasing, which we'll talk about in a second. If you end up getting all 9 of the courses, then there'll be 3 under each host page. You'll have 3 sub pages. However, if you're just getting 1 of each, then yours may just have the one that you picked underneath there. If you end up purchasing more courses, then you'll just keep adding pages over here. But let's go ahead. Let's go take a look at the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. That's one of our persuasives. This is a good one. What I love about this one is it's a current issue. There is what some are calling the 8th continent out in the Great Pacific, the garbage patch that is growing, that is collecting in this area from garbage globally. There is things from Asia all the way, obviously, from the United States, from Australia, everything circling and creating this huge garbage patch in between California and Hawaii. And it's an issue. And most people would say it's a terrible thing, except for there are articles on how it has created homes for much marine life. And to destroy it at this point would be to destroy animal habitats. So it makes for an interesting debate. So this is a good one. If you're like, oh, I'm getting that one, we want that persuasive. I think you'll love it. I really do. But I want to show you this so that you can see what a page looks like. Now, when you start, it's going to be blank, and then you're going to get to create a heading image that you want. I just liked the Pacific Ocean, but you get to pick what you like. You're going to be adding the packet. Like I said, we have a packet system now. I'm going to go ahead and open it to show you what it looks like in a moment. You also are going to get access to our slide decks, and there are video links within there, as well as Teachable, as well as on the calendar. We have lots of ways for you to be so super successful. And then below, you're going to see there will be places where you're going to keep your outline that you create and where you're going to keep your rough drafts so that we can come to your awesome writing portfolio and quickly click to open up your documents so that we can read and respond to your work. Pretty awesome, right? So I'll show you that packet. Let me make it a little bit larger. So this is the packet for the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, but what you'll see is there's a lot of uniformity throughout. This is the Great Pacific Garbage Patch packet, but every packet is very similar. So the organizational piece is going to be predictable, which really students thrive when they start to recognize predictability. They're so much more successful. So this digital packet has everything in here. And like I said, it even has the link here to the slide deck. We tried to put links in multiple places so that the ease in finding things just takes a lot of effort and energy off of your plate. You'll see right from the beginning, we want you to set up that writing portfolio. And as I mentioned, when you sign up to enroll, this will be the first thing that you will be getting are the directions on creating your portfolio. If this perhaps isn't the first packet your child opens, let's say they start with a narrative and then they start over here and they already have their portfolio ready. Great. They'll just do this part and watch the video on how to add an additional page to your writing portfolio. You'll also see that you have the calendar. Yay, we love the calendar. You can check it off. It's embedded right into this packet, which you'll make a copy of. You'll have your own copy. So you're going to write and type and check boxes and everything's here. But do you see what else is here? The video links. The video links for each day are now embedded in the calendar. How nice is that? Again, the efficiency, the energy that we are saving you, the time management. I think that's going to increase greatly because it's not going to be the search for where do I find everything. Honestly, you have this packet now, and this packet system has everything you need. And so, again, I think you're going to love it so much. You're going to have your prompt in the packet. That's important. The directions, your step-by-step writing processes in the packet, as well as the document. So for this particular one, we've linked the articles that you'll be reading. And then guess what? When you do this part where you're going to keep your notes, you get to type right on the document. How nice is that? So again, all of these things are interactive, user-friendly, and high-tech, which I think is really great. This is so much more than just a writing program. The technology, the advancement, your children are learning so much, and it's fabulous. We're still going to be offering 3 levels with every course that you purchase. So if 1 month a level 1 makes more sense, go for it. Eventually, we love for students to keep moving up the ranks, and we'll be keeping track of your child's progress as well. And if we notice that level 1's been a 2 or 3 months, we'll be pushing your child up to that level 2. Same thing, if your child's been at level 2 for a few months, we'll be pushing your child to the level 3, because ultimately that is our goal, to get everybody in the Wow Writers Clubhouse up to the level 3, able to write 4 to 6 paragraphs. And so some people be like, my 3rd grader even? Oh, absolutely. It is so possible. Once they understand, they just get really good at it. We have a lot of the other really helpful videos embedded too if you need refreshers on how to create Google Docs, because we ask everything to be typed in Google Docs. We use Google for pretty much everything. One, it's so compatible with all of the moving pieces, but two, it's free for all families. That makes it really nice as well. And so all of your embedded videos, as you can see, are offered here. We start revising right away. We start revising as soon as you begin typing up your essay from the outline. Once you leave the outline stage and begin your first draft, second draft, all of those rough drafts, we have you substituting for weaker words, taking out wordiness, adding in more details and descriptive language, rearranging. We have students truly acting as writers. That's what writers do. And so we teach that right away. And as I said, you also have your 4-color edit checklist, which, as you can see, are boxes here that you can check off as well. And when you do finish, you will have this link that I mentioned, and I'm just going to show it to you real quick. Students will go ahead and put their names and then how they want to receive their video review. And so the preferred email, whether that's a student email perhaps or the parent email, it's a short answer. So you could even put in more than one if you'd like. We'll ask the child's grade on this form, what level they completed, which of the persuasive courses is this particular review that they're requesting. We ask them to share their documents with all of us so that we all have access. And we also ask that you would please put your link to your site here as well. We give you an option if you have a preferred person. Our readers, we are experts in certain areas, some across the board, others just specifically in one. So if you want somebody who is very specifically fixed on the persuasive, you can make that request. Otherwise, you can always say no preference. That's certainly the fastest way to get a response, because whoever's available will be happy to give you a response as soon. And then there's an area here where if there's something that the child really wants us to focus on, I obviously typed this wrong. I had typed in, I still don't have my call to action. So let's just say a student was struggling with that. They have a place where they can share that with us so that we know how we can best help them. They'll then submit that, they'll receive an email. And like I said, within 48 hours, they will get their papers back. Now, here's the thing. We want students to reach out and get involved. And where we have a lot of that happening is over here in the WOW Community Circle. This is a private space that is actually changing a bit from previous years. Rather than being as much a social platform, it's less of a social platform and it's turning into just a writing platform. And so everything that is talked about over here is going to be all directed to the writing that we're doing. So there will be weekly clubhouse meetings, and those meetings, and let me show you real quick what that can look like. And these aren't set yet, but as you can see, there will be multiple days and times, and depending on what it is you're working on, you'll go, if you're working on expository, you're going to go to an expository meeting. If you're working on persuasive, you're going to go to a persuasive meeting. And in those meetings, there will be another form for you to fill out. You can let us know which meeting you're going to attend. And on that form, you're going to let us know, and let me go ahead and click one of these. You're going to let us know a few things. So you'll fill out your form and you'll say, yes, I do want to come to a meeting this week. You do not have to be finished with your writing. We hope you come every week. You can come to more than one if you would like. If you really need help, we're going to have at least 3 options a week. Come to all 3 if you want, if you need help or you want to share part of what you're working on. So you'll let us know which of the ones you're working on. And then you're going to let us know how you plan to participate for that particular week. Because some weeks you're just going to want to come in and just listen. and maybe you have a few questions. Sometimes you might be like, can I share my outline or can I share my introduction? Sure. And sometimes you have finished your whole essay and you have your favorite paragraph that you want to share with the class. So you're just going to go ahead and tell us what it is you'd like to share, because this time together, this clubhouse meeting is not a teacher-led instructional time. It's a writer's workshop time where we're going to talk about what it is you're working on. You'll get to pick for that particular meeting leader, which day you want it to come. If you want to go to both, that is an option as well. And then, of course, if there's anything that you want us to specifically help you with, we'll know this ahead of time. And then when you come to your clubhouse meeting, fantastic, we'll be able to help you. Okay. And like I said, this is turning over to this area where all this things that we're going to talk about are related to what we're writing about. So you may be sharing some thoughts that you have on the topic, and we'll share our thoughts that we have on the topic, but it's all going to be related to writing. Okay. What else did I want to share with you? This is what it looks like in the Teachable course. As I said, you'll start there, but this is just one more place where you can find the lessons and materials that are also on your packet and can be found in the packet system. Like I said, we doubled up or tripled up places where you can find things so that you find the way that works best for you. We really want you to find the way that makes you be the most successful. That is the goal here. So back to the enrollment. If you are so sure that you are going to enroll, then you're ready now to go ahead and complete the enrollment form. Now, you won't be let into the courses yet. We're not done. We're not ready. Like I said, we are working from sun up to sundown. Whew, it's a lot. And we're just all so excited because it's coming together beautifully, and we know you're going to love it. You're not going to get access to that yet, but what you are going to get is an email with the directions for starting that writing portfolio, because we want you to go ahead and get started on that. So if you are committing, even if you're not ready to submit your purchase order with your school yet, maybe they're not letting you do that yet, not a problem. Maybe you plan to pay out of pocket, but you're not ready to do that until August, not a problem. These are the people, though, that are going to commit. They're like, oh, I'm in. I'm 100% in. We would like you to please complete this form. We want to know which option you would like. Option 1 are 3 courses. You're going to get 1 persuasive, 1 expository, 1 narrative. Option 2, you'll get 2 of each. Option 3, you're going to get all 9 courses. You also can sign up for have a sibling as well, and we'll talk about that in just a second. We want to know, though, with those persuasive options, which would you like? Now, if you, let's just say, are going for option 2, which seems to be the most popular option, fantastic. It's enough material for a whole year. You're going to get 2 of each. You could do the 3, 1 persuasive, 1 expository, 1 narrative in the fall, and you could save the other 3 for the spring. Great. Perfect. If you have an avid writer, you may get through most of that, and then in the spring you want to buy 3 more. Fine. It's not a problem. We'll work with all of that. But here's the thing that I want you to know. Let's say you're signing up 2 children and you're getting the option 2. Be sure to let each child pick the one that they really like. And if they both like the same one, that's great. You pick the second one. Students do not have to work on the same one that their sibling is working on, though. I want that to be super clear. You might have one child who says, I want to start with Persuasive, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, but you have the other student who says, ooh, no, I want to do expository first. I want to do the journalism class. That is so fine. You can do that. You guys can be working on different ones, even though as a family, you all have the same 6. I'm hoping that makes sense. You'll also pick the expositories you want and the narratives. And each of these give you a little synopsis of what the courses are doing and what you are learning. And some families will say, oh, wait, we already did the Animal Planet show. And that's a podcast about an animal. And here's what I would say. Fantastic. You're already ahead of the game then. But I would like you to go and challenge yourself to do it again. Why? One, I'd like you to go up a level. If you did a level 2, let's do a level 3 this time. There are a lot of animals on the planet. If you picked a mammal, why not pick a sea animal this time? A bird, an insect, right? The practice is going to be always the same. It's always the same practice. We're always going to research something. We're always going to take notes on something. We're always going to create an outline, turn an outline into a rough draft, but change up your topic to make it a little more interesting. We've added lots of suggestions on how to do that throughout. So don't let that throw you off by any means. Everything will be new because you're going to create something new that you've not created before. We would like to know, are you enrolled in a charter school or not? And if you are in a charter school, would you let us know who is your teacher? When you give us the name of your teacher and their email, that's excellent. That's also telling us the name of your school because it's always listed in their email. So that's kind of two birds, one stone. And then we'd like to know how you'll be purchasing, but you'll see there's no purchase form on this enrollment. We're not asking for any money today, not a dime, okay? Just you are committed and this is how you'll be paying. We want to know if you have any questions. We'll be sure to get back to you on that. And in the meantime, I do hope you come on over, fill this out. Let me get you excited about getting that writing portfolio going, and we will get this ball rolling. I am so excited if you can't hear it already. This is going to be amazing, and I am so happy that you are starting your journey with us. Happy New Year. Right on.